Hey, what's up, guys? So we were on the live stream talking about the Prestige, and we actually figured a couple of things out. So if you weren't aware of how to check your Prestige, and you always look at this and you see your number and you're like, damn, it dropped, but well, how do I go around this? How do I uncover more? Well, if you look at the learn more option, if you click on that one, it's actually going to give you your top 30 champions in the prestige. A lot of people kind of don't know that. You can actually tap the view relics and it switches over to the relics, hide relics, and it gets back to the champions. So the thing here that I want to show you is it's very alarming because you might look through your champions and you might not understand who's in your top 30. And you're probably wondering why is there some 6 stars and some like champions that I would never thought are in the top 30 in the top 30. And also, if you've been looking at this list of like champions floating around of top prestige, which is this list right here, and you're probably wondering why isn't some of these champions that I have rank 4 in my top 30 list. And what we've uncovered so far, and it sucks that we have to figure this out on our own. I wish Kabam would have just kind of rolled out that information, and they still might. We're still really early. We're like a day or so ahead of the launch, or hours at this point. But one of the things I uncovered is I was looking at some comparisons with some of the guys in the chat room where we were doing the live stream. Is that like some other prestige was a little higher than mine, and I already have the top 5, and they didn't have the top 5 champions SIG 200 rank 4. Now in my situation, I did, but what they have in their accounts is they have more of those. That list that I showed you right now, that in the top 30, more of those champions at SIG 200. So what really matters right now inside Prestige, it is your SIG levels. That is a huge thing that matters. And that is why we're seeing, like in my situation, these champions at the top, they're all rank 4 SIG 200. As you kind of scroll on down, when it starts kind of falling off is from Serpent. Serpent is the only one that's not maxed out at the moment. And then we have Thanos at rank 4 SIG 200. And why is he above Serpent? Is because Serpent is not maxed out. If we can get him maxed out right now in this video, you're going to see that switch. So currently he's at 33,290, where Thanos has 33,400. Now, Spidey being one of the lowest prestige champions, again, referring back to this list, if you look here at the bottom, he's like right next to Groot. When it comes to the prestige, we actually have a filter by prestige at the moment. He's up there with my highest ranked champions. Why? Because Starkey's rank 4 SIG like 140, 160, really high. That is why it matters. SIG levels are going to be so important. And obviously Kabam kind of did this on purpose. And so we're going to be seeing probably, hopefully, an influx of SIG stones coming our way for free for just completing content. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're not being sold as well in the next couple of days, this entire month of September. Now that the community's figuring this out, what's important in the prestige, how to improve your prestige, what champions should you focus on. Now, the one mistake a lot of players might make, depending on your way of playing the game, my chair just sunk. Depending on the way you play the game, one mistake people might make, and they see these champions in their roster, and they're going to be like, dude, well, I guess I got to rank this champion up. This is my next rank 4. Yes, it could be made up. You could make up that decision. But if you are sitting on some 6 stones, or if you're going to make the purchase of 6 stones, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make reference to this list right here. And I'll leave this in the comments right now so you can see it. And take a look at some of the top 30 champions and just focus on those. Again, keeping in mind you're gonna need this champion to get as high level SIGs as possible. So we're talking 160, 180, especially if you already have some like SIG 200 champions, like in a situation like I do. So for example, let's use Sasquatch. Sasquatch at the moment is rank 3. SIG 200, but he's right next to Enchantress, right below Spider-Man rank 4, and right next to a Quicksilver. That Quicksilver is like number 7 in the top prestige, and that's because Quicksilver is only rank 3. So as we progress to the ranks 4s, the rank 3s, the higher 6 levels maxed out or as high as possible are gonna be showing up in your top 30. Same thing can be said for 6 stars. So if let's say your account is not like as stacked as some of the other accounts or this one you're seeing here, with like high level SIG champions. You're gonna see some 6-star ascendant champions in your top 30 because those are maxed out SIG 200, where you don't have 7-stars that are like rank 3 high SIG. You might have some 7-stars that are probably still rank 2 or rank 1. And so that kind of like overall is going to give you a good base to figure out what to start, how to focus on your prestige, how to improve it, and how and why that's going to be important is we have this link here from the stream. We were actually referring to this. Kebab Mike was showing this and talking about this. But one of the things we found out, and we're going to be seeing this live in a couple of hours, is that you see that number here at the bottom where it says 7 out of 15. Basically, that number goes all the way up to 15. Now, this account at 29,830 prestige unlocks number 7 out of 15. That's kind of what we're assuming right now. So as that prestige gets higher and higher, and we came up with a number because as we saw it, he kind of gave us some previews of going down to level 6, level 5, level 4, and we saw the increments, and they were roughly less than 2,000 prestige points per increment. And so we saw that. So we assumed that like the number 15 increment would have been like about 46,000, 47,000 prestige. Again, we'll find out these numbers in a couple of hours that we are going to be able to see and get better rewards. So prestige now really matters quite a lot. Whether you're just like, damn, I'm done. Your rewards are looking to be extremely juicy. It's so crazy how we've gone from prestige not caring. It doesn't matter. It's only about AQ. It's finally something that matters mixed into the daily grind of the video game, which is event quest, and then also tied in with the alliances. So big shakeup on the prestige at the moment. And if you're wondering why these champions are in my top 30, so confusing as hell. That's why the SIG levels, the ranks along with it matter the most. And so I'm not going to sit here and rank up Sassy to rank 4 because he's SIG 200, but I am going to take on the other side Quicksilver to rank 4 because he's SIG 200, because I know that he's on the list of the top 10 champions. You see him here, Quicksilver. So he's what, 3, 6, 7, 8, number 8 champion, top 10 in that prestige list. So that's going to bump my account incredibly by a lot when it comes to the rank up once it's done. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully between those two tools, in-game assets and views, and then the website you're going to be able to look at, you can make some good decisions on what rank ups you should be doing, where should you be focusing your 6 stones, onto what champions. And then again, if you do take the decision of not choosing the top 30 prestige champions, because again, Sassy is not in the top 30 prestige champions. I don't believe he is. Let's say Sassy is like somewhere in the middle in the pack. Like, yeah, he's down there. Like you see him right here. He's like towards the bottom of the pack, but he's showing up in my top 30 because of the 6 stones, maxed out SIG 200. That is another direction you can take. Like you can just be like, you know what? I want to max out Starkey. I know he's the lowest, the bottom of the barrel of the prestige, but if I get him to SIG 200, rank 4, he's going to help my overall 30 prestige. That might be a direction you take. Just know that if somebody else has better rank ups than you or chose different rank ups than you that actually help in the prestige, they're going to just beat you when it comes to the prestige, or that member might be more of a better asset for a certain alliance that's trying to push as an alliance come in October, because this is going to really matter in October for prestige. Hopefully that helps, guys. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.